Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers G1 Retro Perceptor. You can see him there in front of his box. We'll go ahead and put him off to the side real quick. And yep, that's box. He has Perceptor there. He's smiling for some reason. He's Perceptor, because, you just discover the Decepticons are coming in and, distinct tactical deficiencies and all that stuff. And of course, you got all that stuff. You got the Transformers, the movie up here. You got the Hasbro Classic logo and all that stuff. You have the kind of a sort of transformation process there on the top. You have product shots on this side. You have extension of the ORC and plastic-free packaging on this side. On the bottom, you have what's included in all that and some manufacturing stuff. And, of course, on the back, you have warnings and copyrights and the movie synopsis. And, of course, the tech spec and bio if you want that stuff. He's a scientist, There's also, of course, the instructions, which he's not too difficult to figure out because it's Perceptor, it's G1, and all that stuff. So there's that. So, Perceptor. I was actually really looking forward to this release because I had a Perceptor. I think it's still around. I think it's at my parents' house somewhere because it was one of the weird things that my brother and I argued who actually owned it, whose it was. So guess who? No one got to take it. It was just stayed at my parents' house. Of course, the thing about that G1 Perceptor was, like, I think a lot of people had that problem, which is almost every single accessory was pretty much every accessory was missing. He didn't have the chest plate. He didn't have the knobs. He didn't have the telescope bit. He didn't have his guns. Nothing. It was just a robot. He didn't even have these little shoulder flap things. But yeah, I had one, so this one I was kind of looking forward to because I can actually have, a complete Perceptor. But hey, getting in close though, you can see they kind of picked out, blue eyes. I believe the original is yellow. Yeah, blue eyes there, little yellow crest, little faceplate. Even though in the show he had a mouth and everything. You got this translucent chest piece with a bit of silver. You got the silver belly thing. You got the blue and red on the arms. You got the little gray knobs. You got this little pattern on the thighs and the red and the treads on the insides of the legs and everything on the back. There's some bits of detailing there on the back as well. Little wheel on his butt. And of course the telescope has a couple of little detailings and everything and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty neat looking little robot. He's very much a robot. He's just kind of like very squared off, but he's pretty neat. He does have a couple accessories, including the gun, which, plugs into his hand just fine. He also has another gun. This one looks a little stubbier because he also comes with missiles. 3 of them on the sprue. I already left one on there. I want to cut like a little too much because my plan was to actually have one to fire and one to basically just stick in there. The problem is, this is the one I'm supposed to be able to fire. See, he's got the little extra nub on the back. I cut that off, so this one is, I wouldn't have this one. I don't have to worry about it. I could just stick it in there, and wouldn't fire. And the problem is, this goes in, and firing mechanism doesn't work. There is stuff in there for the firing mechanism. I can hear it. It's in there. I think it's in there. But yeah, there's the firing mechanism. They might have stripped it out. It doesn't work though. So let's see if I can take this apart and figure that out. But yeah, unfortunately, no firing mechanism. It doesn't work. It doesn't really latch. It kind of latches on, but not really. It's just, there's like no spring or something, so I got to figure that out. I'll see if there's like a spring missing or something. But unfortunately, my Perceptor doesn't fire. But at the same time, it's like not a huge problem to me because all these so far, the G1 Retro stuff has been such a hair trigger that like it's way too easy to lose the stuff. And yeah, other than that, he's pretty good. He's actually really like him quite a bit. The posability is actually surprisingly good for a G1 toy. I mean, he's got, full rotation at the shoulders. He can kind of go outward, but that's just your bending stuff. Neat. He's got elbows. He has elbows right there. 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. That's pretty surprising for a G1. His head can't move around at all. You can, compress it from the transformation, but yeah, that's all you got there. There's at the hips. Yes, there's hip articulation. Nothing forward though. You got outward, full outward. You do have a thigh swivel. And there's a knee bend and a knee swivel, and the toes can go down. That's actually impressive for G1. And he's weird because these right here, you can see you're not really, there's no real articulation when you look in there, but you think maybe, but no. The knobs on his arms can, swivel and come out if you want. So yeah, there's all that stuff. It's pretty cool. And this you can put the telescope. And pretty much only on the one side, but hey, I guess you can do that, but that looks weird. You can also remove it entirely. It's just a couple pegs. So, it's, if you don't like it on there, you can just remove it entirely. But yeah, it's supposed to be there. So I'm just going to put it back on real quick. Telescope can also adjust with the dial. You can also adjust the telescope cannon, shoulder cannon. Only problem is it is technically the mirrors in there for it kind of does actually work the microscope bit, but not really. It technically works in that you can see stuff is the focus is adjusting, but it's so out of focus anyways it's functionally useless. So hey, yeah, there's all that. But yeah, for a G1 robot, that's actually pretty posable. It's not super posable, but it's something. He can do stuff, which is real nice. So there's that. But yeah, quick comparison. I'm going to do the one, which is I got the Studio Series 86 Perceptor as well. It's shorter, but clearly you can already see much more posable overall. But considering they're both aiming for the same, movie accuracy thing, hey, there you go. So that's robot mode for Perceptor. He's a nice, chunky, squared off robot, and he looks pretty cool. And he's got this big old shoulder gun. I just like how he looks. He also got a surprising amount of articulation for a G1 toy, mostly because of how he transforms. So there you go. But transformation, getting the guns out of his hands. There's nowhere for these to go when you have them transformed. But yeah, right there, what you want to do is you want to take this hands and you want to use this little thing and slide those hands in like so. And like so, like that. Get that slid in. Take this little wheel. You want to use this wheel and, slide the head back, slide the head down. Take the arms and rotate those up and bring these little bits out right there. You want to bring this up in the center as well. Bring this up, bring this down. You go ahead and slide these inward. And also, actually, before you slide in, bring this down. Bring this down right here. They tell you to have it like this, but that doesn't work. Because you also bring this down. And then you can bring these in like so. They don't peg in anything. They just kind of hold things into place like that. And then you take the legs, you bring them out like this. You rotate them around like this. You rotate the knee like this. You bring the toe down and you bring this forward like that. And same thing here. You bring this out. You rotate this around like that. You bring this. You rotate this like that. You bring the toe down and you rotate it right there like that. And congratulations. You also take this and bring this down. You can also adjust that if you want. But yeah, congratulations. From there, you pretty much have the microscope mode. Yeah, if you look on the box, it's weird. This bit right here is actually above the tray, but that doesn't work. It just kind of gets all messed up. And they also tell you in the instructions to have it rotated like this, but that just makes this sit like that, and it's just kind of weird. You can kind of have it like that, but really it's pretty obvious you're supposed to have it like this is supposed to be like this a bit. It's kind of supposed to be angled to help this, and of course that was from back with reflective. This is no longer reflective, so it's just one of those weird things where it's like, old holdovers from, back when it actually functioned a bit, and rather than trying to go for a cartoon accurate deco. But yeah, it's a microscope. Again, this is supposed to function, but it doesn't really, you can't really focus like at all. You can kind of see it adjusts a little bit, but like it doesn't actually focus on anything. So that's a bit of a disappointment, of which at least could magnify things a little bit. There's nowhere really for the weapons to go either. There's no like peg holes or any of that stuff, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just a role play little microscope thing. So not much to say. You got these wheels, but there's no wheel on the bottom here. There's that. So there you go, microscope. And here's comparison. Here's again Studio Series 86 Perceptor. Give you a comparison there. Smaller, but yeah. There's that. But of course, it's Perceptor. He has a little hidden third mode, which depending who you ask, it might be different configurations. But first thing to get his little tank mode, first thing is you want to take this and rotate it this way, rotate these around, and then bring them around like this. And also this, you want to bring those up. I believe this is the correct thing. Bring those up as well, helps things a little bit. Again, down here you want to rotate this around and then rotate this 180 degrees and bring it in like that. Like so. These don't quite, you don't want these sitting quite level. You want this the chest at a bit of an angle, and also top of that, you want to extend these bits out right there, and make adjustments as necessary. And there you go. That's supposed to be the little hidden tank mode. And yeah, it's as goofy as it ever was. It's a box with a cannon. It's kind of neat. There is actually a dedicated thing for the tank mode right here at the sliders. But yeah, you got these wheels so you can roll. Rolls really nicely actually. You have to kind of have it at a bit of an angle. If you have too much of an angle, this will not work, and you can't have it if you don't have enough of an angle. These kind of bang into there's not enough clearance for those. So yeah, it's that sort of thing. You can also remove the knobs if you want, but and the tank, and I guess this can, I forgot, yeah, but this can go up and down as well, and microscope as well. So you got that. That was a point of articulation there, but yeah, this can aim up and down, I guess, and also rock side to side a little bit, but yeah, kind of bang into things. But yeah, I kind of forgot that's an actual point of articulation is this thing. So yeah, you can angle, you can clip in, you can go up and down, and all that stuff. So hey, there you go. There's that. Yeah, also this thing, the focusing thing. I'm actually wondering if that actually helps with the focus thing. Whatever. So that's a thing. The tank mode, which it's kind of goofy looking but charming. And of course, here's the Studio Series 86 version in its tank mode, which is not so hidden anymore. Because this doesn't have an instructions either. It's nothing in the instructions, but hey, it's there. And you got this tank mode and all that stuff, or you can adjust that however you want, or this doesn't roll though. So that's something this one wins on. Yay. So there you go. That's the G1 Retro Perceptor. I like him, but also, again, for me, there was actual nostalgia here. I had a Perceptor. It was never complete, but I had one, and now I have a complete Perceptor, and I'm very happy about that. He's actually also fairly posable for a G1 figure, which is real nice. But he's also, the posability is still somewhat limited, and he's, a little wonky, and he's got a very simplistic transformation, but he's still kind of neat in his own little way, and I do like him, regardless of everything. So there's that. I like him well enough, but again, I have nostalgia for him. He's I think he is another $35 one because he's a larger figure. So there you go. I actually do genuinely like him. But again, I also have nostalgia attached to Perceptor. This one I actually do have nostalgia attached to. So hey, same with the Seeker mold, I had the G2 Starscream, I had a G1 Perceptor, so hey, nostalgia makes it, I think, helps elevate it a bit in my head, but it is a fairly simplistic figure, and it is G1 for warts and all. So there, just keep that in mind if you're going to get one. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media. It's in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.